Yes, good evening aspirants. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS session, Daily Takkar Rapid Series. So what we are doing daily in this lecture series, we are discussing daily 10 MCQs based on the current affairs of the day. And yes, on Saturday we could not have session, so we are discussing 15 MCQs today combined as a part of combined session. And today's lead topic is cadmium telluride solar cells. See, all these MCQs are being compiled as a monthly magazine of 200 MCQs, which is available on subscription basis at Lukmaan IAS website. So you can subscribe for that. Also, we are providing detailed explanation file in the description of this video. You can download it and read it later for your enrichment. Okay, so first MCQ we will discuss on this topic, and other 15 MCQs we will discuss today on relevant topics of these 2 days. But we have also started discussing the GS4 paper, that is ethics paper, code based questions that have appeared since 2013. So we are briefly discussing these, let's say, code based questions, so that you get the idea about that code and you are brainstorming on it. Okay. So today's quote, now we have reached to 2019 by APJ Abdul Kalam. What he is saying through this quote: where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. So how he is linking from individual level to world level the peace that we can set up at the world level. Kaise? Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. Righteousness. So you may know the character of Yudhishthira. ठीक है, तो युधिष्ठिर, अगर महाभारत आपने पढ़ा हो या देखा भी हो, ठीक है, वेब सीरीज में कहीं, तो you know the character of, let's say, Yudhishthira, and he was considered as the righteous person. And let's say even Bhishma Pitama, or let's say in Ramayana, Lord Rama is considered as the most righteous person. So righteous person is the person who is basically doing duty, or we can say that following dharma. Okay, the righteous person is adhering to the important virtues, like we can say that the courage or justice, the virtues that have been given by Aristotle in virtue ethics. So righteousness, basically the righteous is, we can say, the person knows the difference between right and wrong, ethical and unethical, and the person is choosing the right over wrong. Or we can say that the person know what is ethical and unethical, and let's say taking ethical actions. So that is, we can say that righteousness. Okay, you can link that to wisdom by Aristotle, enlightenment, or we can say that it is basically the important trait of the person having good character, good or strong character. That's what he is saying. Beauty of person with strong character. When there is righteousness in the person, in the heart of the person, then we can say there is beauty in the character of that person. Now, when there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. Why it is said like this? Because if the character of the person is weak, let's say, character is basically the inner self that is reflected through conduct or behavior of the person. And this is basically several virtues. When they are practiced over the period of time by the person, then the character of the person is built. So when there is a strong character, good character of the person, we can say there is harmony in the home. Why it is said like this? Because the harmony can be represented, we can say that thoughts, words and actions. When there is harmony between these two, we can say that generally the person is having good character, or the person is having integrity. Okay, so simply we can take some examples here, like character and harmony at home, or harmony in the home. So if the person is having good character, then the person will behave well. The person's conduct will be good conduct. So it's not only going to be having good relations in the personal or private relations, but also public relations. And when the person is having good public relations and private relations, there will not be any conflict that the person is having. The person will be able to deal with the challenging situations when the person is of strong character, and that's why there will be harmony in the home. Okay, so this thing you can mention. Then thereafter, next part of the quote, it is saying that when there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. बिल्कुल जो भी झगड़े बाहर आप देख रहे हैं, या ऐसा बोलते हैं ना कि आप वर्क प्लेस पे जो भी कुछ बोल रहा है, आपका बॉस बोलता है, ऐसा बोलते हैं ना कि बॉस अगर गुस्सा कर रहा है तो पक्का घर पे झगड़ के आया है. So basically, just we have to understand that. So if the person is not happy in the personal relations or private relations are not good, then the person cannot be happy even in the social life or professional life. And somehow that will be reflected in different instances. It can be even anger, or we can say jealousy, or we can say that even sometimes resulting into violence. So the person, order in the nation, basically it is said like this: there is harmony, so there will be happiness, content feeling, and the person's conduct. When the person is happy and content, we can say that there will be good conduct. So we can say that there will be order in the nation. Good conduct, order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. That is true. When the order is not present, you can give examples. You can give example of Afghanistan, you can give example of at present, let's say Myanmar, Janta rule is there. Then we can give example of Sudan and several West African countries. यहाँ पर order नहीं है at present, and because of these countries, basically we are facing lot of problems like terrorism is there, or we can say that regional conflicts are there, civil war is going on, so there is always concern related to refugees. So all these are going to impact the other countries and peace in the world. Israel Hamas conflict, you can give example. Understood? So this way you can go on explaining, and you should give some examples relevance to current developments. Fine. Small announcement related to open session for all. The union budget, full-fledged budget for this financial year has been presented today only. So basically there will be a detailed session at Lukmaan IAS, and that will be open session for all. It will be also offline and live 24th of July at 2:30 p.m. Okay, so you do attend this. It is going to be very helpful for both prelims and mains preparation. Then GS Foundation batch is going to start from 26th August 2024. So you can join the GS Foundation batch and start your preparation for 2025 attempt. So yes, so batch is going to start from 26th of August. Fine. These are the topics. Let's go in detail and solve these MCQs. बताइए क्या आंसर होना चाहिए इसका? Yes, everyone, online students, give answer in the comment box. Cadmium telluride. So this was in news. Why? Because cadmium telluride solar cells. This, let's say, was in news. So first, let's understand what are these solar cells. Basically, it is made up of cadmium and tellurium, and it is, we can say that effective. We can say that solar cell manufacturing material. We can say that semiconductor material that is used to produce solar cells. So we can say this is correct. Generally, we know that the semiconductors that are, we can say, produced, most of them are produced with the help of silicon. But about the features of this cadmium telluride solar cells, they are more efficient than, this is incorrect. They are comparatively less efficient, but more cost effective. They are more cost effective. And that's why it is in news that are being, let's say, it is being explored whether we can increase the efficiency. But the problem is also there regarding cadmium, because it is basically a toxic heavy metal that can affect the overall environment. It can lead to environmental pollution. So we can say that this is correct. 1 and 3. So what should be the answer? C is the correct answer. All right, let's deal with the second question. With reference to Khelo India Rising Talent Identification Kirti program. Okay, so yes, it was in news because we are now focusing on Paris Olympics. So the promotion of young talent in the country is being emphasized. Ministry of Youth Affairs is basically dealing with this program. It aims to streamline the whole process of grassroots talent identification on single platform. This is correct, we can say. At school level, let's say it is aimed at school children between 9 to, factually incorrect, 9 to 18 years of age group. So this is incorrect statement. Data analytics based on AI, artificial intelligence, is going to be used to predict the sporting acumen of the aspiring athlete. Yes, use of technology is being, let's say, undertaken here. So this is good thing. 1 and 3, again, two statements are correct. B is the correct answer, right? B is the correct answer. Now let's move on to third question. Yes, recently CAG had inaugurated International Center for Audit Local Governance. कहाँ पर ये सेट किया जा रहा है? राजकोट, गुजरात. Rajkot, Gujarat. So what should be the answer? A is the correct answer. So such kind of, let's say, questions we can expect from the current developments, current affairs. Yes, recently the Ministry of Mines has launched Bhu Sanket web portal. Along with that, the landslide, National Landslide, let's say, warning center has been, let's say, set up at headquarters of Geological Survey of India, Kolkata. Okay, so these two developments you should remember. Regarding this Bhu Sanket web portal, it is basically launched by Ministry of Mines. Okay, aims to provide both short range and medium range landslide forecasting. Okay, so it is at present the pilot basis being implemented in, we can say, Darjeeling district and Nilgiri district. So by the 2030, there will be full-fledged implementation of early warning system for landslides in the country at national level. So this is correct. First is incorrect. So only two, that is B, is the correct answer. Bhu Sanket, landslide. Okay. Now, so Gaia spacecraft. It was in news. So correct statement. Gaia spacecraft was launched in 2013 by European Space Agency. So it's not NASA. So this was launched in 2013 and it is basically at present located at Lagrange point 2 between, we can say, that Earth and Sun. It aims to create a precise 3D map of Milky Way galaxy. This is correct, we can say. It is basically launched to study the galaxy and it will, let's say, provide different maps of those galaxies. Second statement is correct here. Again, B is the correct answer. Okay, European Space Agency. All right. Thanka. Okay, Thanka art was in news. Thanka art is basically art, Buddhist painting art. Buddhist painting art made on cotton or silk, or we can say both can be used. So Buddhist painting originated in Bodh Gaya, Bihar. This is incorrect. Okay, it is largely practiced in Ladakh, Tibet, Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, in that region. Okay, so this is incorrect. These paintings have only shades of white and red. This is incorrect. Only से भी आप eliminate कर सकते हैं इस चीज को. Okay, so there are different shades including blue color, ठीक है, red, white. So limited नहीं है ये. This is incorrect. Only first statement is correct. That is 1. A is the correct answer. Okay, like this. Thanka art. Now, Lok Sabha Speaker. So it was in news again. So monsoon session is going on. Speaker of Lok Sabha has the authority to preside over the sessions and maintain the order in the House. Very generic statement. We can accept this as a true. Speaker does not have power to refer bills to parliamentary committees. Rather, Speaker itself is basically referring the bills to parliamentary committees. So he is having authority. So this is incorrect. Speaker's decision on point of order are subject to appeal in Supreme Court. This is incorrect. And the order by the presiding officers is final in those houses. Okay, so this is incorrect. First statement, that is one only, is the correct answer. One only is the correct answer, right? Okay. Now, gross environment product. So generally we read about GDP, gross domestic product. What is it? It is basically the calculations of goods and services manufactured in the country in the particular financial year, or we can say that final goods and services. It is very important word. Similarly, we have gross environment product, the concept which talks about the value, the economic value of the services provided by environment or ecosystem to human being in terms of resources, and we can say that tangible and intangible things. Gross environment product index, so metric developed by UNEP. Now this is incorrect. This was basically developed by some of the scientists. Okay, some of the scientists and not UNEP. ठीक है, it is not developed by UNEP. It measures, साइंटिस्ट का नाम याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है आपको, ठीक है. It measures the economic value of ecosystem provided by. This is correct. Used exclusively in developed countries to assess. क्यों exclusively होगा, आप logic use करिए. This is incorrect. Eliminate करिए. So all countries can use it. Rather, some of the underdeveloped countries, but they are having lot of let's say environmental resources like Democratic Republic of Congo. ठीक है, तो dense forest is there, or developing countries like Indonesia, Brazil. So they are basically lot of environmental services being provided not only to that country but all over the world. So this is incorrect. So only two, that is C, is the correct answer. C is the correct answer. Now Uttarakhand in India became the first state to launch the gross environment product. Now this can be also asked in your prelims examination. Okay, Uttarakhand, remember this. Now UWin portal, so it was in news. UWin portal is related to, we can say that, status of vaccination in the country. Vaccination. So all this will be let's say considered as a part of electronic registry, and the data will be fed in this portal, UWin portal. Children up to the age of 6 years and pregnant mothers are registered on UWin using government IDs like Aadhaar. This is correct. The portal is managed by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. This is also correct. So all three statements are correct here. So what should be the answer? D is the correct answer, right? Yes, correct. Now, regarding extended producer responsibility. So there was even question in prelims regarding extended producer responsibility when let's say 2016 rules, e-waste management rules were there. Basically earlier for e-waste there was extended producer responsibility, but since 2022 now for plastic also, plastic waste also, we have this extended producer responsibility. First mentioned in the Montreal Protocol. Again, this is incorrect. Basically, this was first introduced in the Sweden by the Sweden government, and then it is being adopted all over the world by different governments. So Montreal Protocol में नहीं है. Plastic waste management in India, just now I told you, plastic waste and e-waste. At present, this is extended. It aims to encourage companies to design more sustainable products. This is correct. Basically, extended producer responsibility talks about the responsibility of the manufacturers of that particular good to collect and recycle all those products like e-waste. E-waste से collect करना और उसको recycle करना and फिर से उसको हम use में लाना. उसको हम बोल सकते हैं कि extended producer responsibility. So again, 2 and 3 is the correct answer. B is the correct answer here. Okay, fine. Moving on. Sarco capsule or sarco pod. Yes, what are these terms? Sarcopod. अभी स्विट्जरलैंड में ये न्यूज में था, राइट? क्या था ये? Basically, it is a pod that is designed as a method of ending patient's life. If the person wants active euthanasia. Active euthanasia किसको बोलते हैं हम? Active euthanasia basically deals with let's say a patient with the terminal illness. If the person is not having any scope to recover, so and live fulfilling life, then the person can choose to end his life. So that is called as active euthanasia. Passive euthanasia means basically removing the life cover or life support system simply by the, let's say, relatives of the person when they advise the doctors that we are, let's say, advising कि ये अभी recover नहीं हो सकता है, and then the painful death or pain they are facing, patients are facing, that to reduce that, the passive euthanasia is in India. Passive euthanasia is allowed and active euthanasia is not allowed. But in Switzerland, such active euthanasia is also allowed. And new kind of technology has been developed like this one, sarcopod, wherein the person sits in that pod, and when the switch is basically switched on, the nitrogen gas is slowly released in that pod, which makes that person unconscious, and after 15-20 minutes the person dies. तो मतलब खुद से ये काइंड ऑफ सुसाइड जिसको हम बोलते हैं, या एक्टिव यूथेनेशिया लार्जली द अप्रोप्रिएट वर्ड. ठीक है, सो ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर. सो इट वाज रिसेंटली न्यूज बिकॉज देयर इज मिसयूज ऑफ दिस पॉड व्हिच इज वी कैन से अ क्रिमिनल केस इन स्विट्जरलैंड. ठीक है, ये इसलिए न्यूज में है. देखो, राइट. Shivaji's Wagnak, it was basically brought back from UK to India, and it is let's say on display in Kolhapur Museum. So that's why it was in news. Or Satara Museum, pardon me, in Maharashtra. It is the weapon used by Shivaji to defeat Afzal Khan. Yes, that is true, we can say. So Wagnak was mainly used in naval warfare. This is incorrect. If you see Shivaji rule or Maratha kingdom rule at that time, basically the warfare was largely on land, and the Wagnak was one of the tool they used to have in a human to human combat. ठीक है, naval combat नहीं है. So first statement is correct. So A is the correct answer. Okay, all right. So it can be asked from history perspective. Satara Museum, Wagnak. All right. National flag, regarding national flag, we are asking question because it was in news. So Constituent Assembly of India adopted national flag in 1950. This is factually incorrect, right? It was adopted in 1947. The ratio of width of length of flag was adopted 3:5. We know that it is not 3:5, it is 2:3. 2 being the width and 3 being the length. Okay, 2:3. Then the design of wheel has been taken from the abacus of Sarnath lion, capital of the Ashoka. This is correct. So third statement, only one statement is correct here. A is the correct answer. All right. Now recently the Bhil community has demanded a separate state, Bhil Pradesh. Bhil tribal community, the population largely lies in MP, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Rajasthan. ठीक है, so MP, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, MP, Gujarat, Rajasthan, this tri-junction. So yes, that's why it is in news. How many of the above given factors are driving demand for new states in post-independence India? Now, yes, post-independence there is demand for new states like Harit Pradesh in Uttar Pradesh is also there, Gorkha land in Sikkim. So many states are demanding, let's say many people or let's say communities, they are demanding separate state based on the linguistic diversity or separate language, cultural identity, administrative efficiency also. Like for example, we can say the way we can say that the different states have been created based on the administrative efficiency. Like we have Chhattisgarh separated from we can say MP, and administrative efficiency, Jharkhand separated from Bihar. Developmental differences also, same example you can give that one also. ठीक है, so all four is the correct answer here. D is the correct answer. Last question for the day. Yes, Article 39F of DPSP, that is Directive Principles of State Policy, provide early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the 6 years of age. This particular change was brought through 86th Constitutional Amendment Act, not in Article 39 but Article 45. Article 45 earlier talked about providing education from 6 to 14 to all children, but now that was made fundamental right through 86th Constitutional Amendment Act, And now the wording has changed for Article 45, which talks about this one. Okay? Article 39F talks about the overall opportunities for development of the children. Now 84th Constitutional Amendment Act made 84th नहीं है, ये 86th है, right? 86th Constitutional Amendment Act. So this is incorrect. Right to education provided free and compulsory education since 2009. It has been enforced as a fundamental right under Article 21A. ठीक है, Article 21A. Okay, so this is correct, we can say. And first and second is incorrect. Again, A is the correct answer, only one statement. Fine. So these are the 15 questions of the day. Now, lastly, announcement related to year-long test series for geography optional at Lukmaan IAS is going to start from 27th of July. So this week only. Those having geography optional, this is the opportunity. I myself, Laxmikant, is going to deal with this particular program, and I will be guiding you through test series. It will be a kind of hand-holding approach to all of you. Those who are opting for mains 2025, this is the opportunity to prepare your optional subject in depth and in a gradual manner. How? Through this test series. First, before prelims, we will have foundation test for each and every chapter. There will be a test. For first two chapters of paper 1, we have 2 tests because they are important topics. And transitional test before your prelims, there will be 4 transitional tests, and after prelims, enrichment test, total 10 tests. So this is going to be the program. Total 36 tests you will give, and there will be detailed discussion of each test, and there will be model answer and one-to-one mentoring by myself. So do not, let's say, consider your optional subject or do not take it lightly. It is very important, and this is the time. By the end of December or February, you should be dealing with your optional subject and complete it at least 75-80% of it. And answer writing is the correct approach nowadays for dealing with any mains subject, including your GS, essay and optional. Fine. To know more about this program, detailed schedule that we have provided on the website also, you can contact Lukmaan IAS. You can ask for counseling session, and I will be guiding you for your geography optional.